allow me to give you a proper introduction.
Oh, gods, here we go.
There's Grog, a mighty giant. He's a simple-minded hulk.
I agree with Scanlan that, you know, Grog might be a little bit less sophisticated than the other people that are in the group, but I think that that's often said as an insult. But I think that we all feel a huge affinity towards Grog, and that's because we know exactly where we stand. Because if he thinks something, he's just gonna say it.
That's right! Who's the best? Yeah!
He just says it, because he is the best.
I suggest we run.
Dad, we fight!
Grog, dumb brave.
He also doesn't always evaluate a situation on many different levels. He thinks directly, and so because of that, whatever he feels, he does. Which sometimes means he's running towards a dragon that he probably should be running away from.
I don't like losing. Now I'm feeling things. On the inside, they don't feel right. So yeah, I'm with you.
And because he doesn't have all of those filters, all of those defense mechanisms in front of him, he's just honest about how he feels and the way that he reacts to things. And that makes other people feel safe. There's something so nice when you know that someone's gonna be direct with you, that whatever they think about you, they're gonna say it. If they don't like you, they're gonna say it directly to your face. Well, it doesn't feel good to know that someone doesn't like you, but it feels worse to think that someone likes you and then they're talking behind your back about how they don't. It's something really comforting to know that you'll always know where you stand with someone. And that's at least honest. And I think that a lot of people prefer that because we're so exhausted with everyone wearing all of these masks, pretending to be something that they're not. It's refreshing to have someone that is just who they are.
Clearly, I'm the brains of this operation.
Really? She told me you have for brains, which doesn't seem possible.
So that also means, though, when you're talking to someone that's really direct, that isn't going to filter or conflate or lie about things, that when you share something with them and someone else asks about it, they're going to state it because they're not good about being deceptive, which can be refreshing, but sometimes they may share things that you were hoping that they would keep under wraps. If you're hoping that someone's gonna keep a secret, you need to know what kind of a person that they are. I'll be honest, I don't think that Vex would have actually minded because I think that she would have told Scanlan right to his face.
Oh, my beautiful.
Grog, it's rude to stare. Grog, you're being gross.
And I think that Grog really would be that representation of our id, that primal part of us, without all of the ego and the superego. He's just that primitive state. He lets how he feels out, even those parts that you should probably just leave on the inside and keep it in your inner voice, not share it as your outer voice.
I'm not going.
Well, I'll come with you.
I have to do this alone, buddy, and they need you.
What if I need you?
I love that scene. I love it because it shows how close of a friendship Pike and Grog really have. And I love how open Grog is about his feelings, that him missing Pike and saying but I might need you, especially because he's this big, burly, tough guy, and he's able to share those feelings, those really deep feelings of meaning. And you know that he means every single word of that. And that's why it's so hard, because I think that for Grog, Pike really is his person, and she gets him on a level that I don't think that anyone else in the group really does.
You can always talk to me, even if I'm not around. You'll feel me there with you.
People that give this tough outer appearance, we often forget that on the inside we're still kids. All of us, even as adults, we still have this part that needs to feel validated and loved and cared about.
Are you crying?
No, Pike said I could talk to her, even if she's not here and I'd feel her. But it doesn't work.
He took Pike's words really literally, and sometimes it's really hard when someone isn't with us. And I think that a lot we carry those that are close within ourselves, and we know what they're gonna say even though they're not there. But it can be really hard in those times when we really want to hear someone. For Grog, he doesn't feel that same closeness because his inner voice is mostly him, and he hasn't internalized Pike's voice yet. But when we get to know someone Some people are able to really internalize it, have complete conversations with people that aren't there. For other people, they might be more literal, and that's much more difficult for them. Not everyone even has an inner voice.
Pike is going to be fine.
I know, Dad. She's stronger than all of us. I'm more worried about us without her.
Oh, and I love that, because he really sees Pike for who she is. And even though Grog is this big, tough guy, and Pike is tiny and sweet, he sees her strength. When you really care about something, that's the magic, is that you see the beauty in them. If they're looking horrible or had a rough day, you don't even notice it, because to Grog, Pike is larger than life. And who you embody has nothing to do with your size and your looks. He's so much more than just comic relief. He represents that part of ourselves without all of those masks. He can just be who he is. All of us kind of need to have a little bit more Grog within us to be able to be whoever we want to be and not worry about being judged by everyone around us. So let me know, what is your favorite Grog moment? Did I miss some really great scenes that tell us who Grog is? And if you want to, you can leave them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please hit subscribe.